This right here is the iGarden pool cleaner, and this cleaner is different than other cleaners I've used. Now, I'm not talking about the way it looks, although it does look pretty cool. I'm not talking about the features on this cleaner. There are features on this cleaner that I've seen pretty much on all other cleaners. What I am talking about is the brand name iGarden. iGarden is a new company that pretty much jumped into the pool industry recently. And what they did was they released a cleaner like this in multiple different models. Yes, this is the K36, but they have the K25, they have the K60, the K70, the K100, 120, 150, just a bunch of different models. And I've never actually seen a new brand do this. Now, in general, I do love the fact that there are many different options to choose from, but it can get pretty confusing. And from my research, from my testing, basically these iGarden cleaners are all pretty much the same, except for the fact that the battery size increases as you go up in models along with the price. So if you're interested in this iGarden or any other iGarden cleaner, you want to pay attention to the model number and the battery runtime, the amount of battery power it has. Generally, the higher the battery runtime, the more expensive it will be. And that's where iGarden shines in the fact that it's the first brand on the market with cleaners that have such high battery runtime. Yes, this particular model, this is the K36, and it has a 3.5 hour runtime. But you have multiple different versions that have 6, 10, even 15-hour runtimes. Yes, at the very high end, the K150 has a 15-hour runtime. And I'll tell you why that's important. For a cordless cleaner, in most cases, you'll want a cleaner that lasts longer. Having a longer runtime means you don't have to take it out of the pool as often to charge it, which is really great. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't need a 15-hour runtime for a cleaner, mainly because I have to empty the debris basket out. One thing they should mention is the fact that you still have a debris basket to empty out. So even though you have a cleaner that could run 10 plus hours in the pool multiple days at a time, multiple weeks at a time before you take it out to charge, you still have to empty the debris basket out. So keep that in mind if you're looking at those higher end, higher runtime cleaners. So when I first looked at the specifications of this cleaner, comparing it to the price, initially I thought, hey, this is an overpriced cleaner for what you get. For the amount of features that you get, I thought, hey, it's an overpriced cleaner. Okay, now I have the cleaner here. I went out and I bought this cleaner and now I'm testing it. Now I can see why they do run at a slight premium above other cleaners in this range. Yes, if you're looking at the price of this cleaner, there are other cleaners that are less expensive with similar features. However, what you don't see really right in front of you is the fact that this is more of a sort of premium brand. When you first take this out of the box, it's kind of weird for me. I was expecting it to feel very cheap and flimsy because I see it all over the place. They advertise this everywhere. They hired a bunch of social media people to basically push this all across their pages. But to my surprise, when you take this out of the box, it does feel very nice and premium. It is nice and solid all around. You have this glossy black here, but they also have that bright metallic red on the higher end cleaners as well. I was expecting this to be very big and long, but it's much smaller in general. Weight wise, this comes in at about 21.6 pounds. So it's not extremely heavy, but it's also not very lightweight. And a majority of their cleaners will come in at this range because remember, the only real difference between these cleaners is the fact that the higher end, the more expensive ones, have a longer battery runtime. Now, physical design of this, I gotta admit, it has one of the coolest designs I've seen for a robotic pool cleaner. It literally looks like a race car in the pool. My nephew, when he comes over and sees this, he wants the remote control because he thinks this is a remote control car that he can pretty much use in the pool. Keep in mind, there is no real remote control for this cleaner, unfortunately. It seems like it would have one, but it does not. Everything on this cleaner itself feels nice and solid. I really do think that this is a sort of premium design, and I was not expecting that. Now, in addition to this being a premium design, what you're paying slightly more of a premium for is the fact that this iGarden comes with a standard 3-year warranty. Yes, out of the box, you get 3 years worth of service if anything goes wrong. And that's kind of unheard of for a new brand. But the key word here is new brand. I don't know particularly if the iGarden brand is going to be around long enough for it to handle all of its claims. as of right now, it's still too early to determine whether or not this is a good company that's going to last or whether it's a company that's going to disappear and have no service. I just don't know. But it's really nice to have a standard 3-year warranty in general. So let's talk about this iGarden pool cleaner here and what makes it a good choice. Now, to use this cleaner is pretty simple, but I've never had to have a two-step process. Right over here, when you first get this at the bottom, you'll notice there's a little kind of lock right here. It's a sort of safety lock to turn it off and on. You have to flip this switch, see that, to turn it on. Once you have that turned on, right in the front right here, you have a touch screen. Yes, it's a physical touch screen. Now, this touch screen is, in my opinion, not that great. It has a terrible user interface. Yes, you can push buttons all around it, yes, which is really nice and all, but you have no idea what any of these mean. Basically, what you'll have to do is you'll have to take a look at the manual, or you'll have to use the online app. You can use it right here, but you can see that every single icon pretty much has three little dots lit up, and whenever you turn one or the other one on, it selects a different mode, a different runtime, whatever it is. So that's one thing you have to take note of. The user interface, even though it's a touchscreen, is nice, but it's not very user friendly. You have to read the manual, or you would rather use the app. Trust me, use the app. Now, on that app, you get access to basically all the modes on the physical cleaner itself. A few modes I do want to talk about is that AI timer mode. This mode right down here, this is your AI timer mode right here. You can see there are different settings there, 1, 2, or 3 dots. AI timer mode is basically your weekly scheduled timer, meaning you can set the cleaner to turn on 1, 2, or 3 days at a time. So every other day, every 3 days, whatever it is you set it to, you can have the cleaner turn itself on to clean your pool. Now, this is useful in times when you don't get too much debris and you fully charge the cleaner and you just place it in the pool and let it do its thing. That's where it's most convenient. So make sure you use that AI timer or that weekly scheduled timer. Now, another mode I do want to talk about is turbo mode. On turbo mode, what this cleaner does is it increases its suction power. So you get double the amount of power, 200% power. And what it does is it's able to pick up debris faster and stronger, in a sense, to basically pull that debris in. It's really nice to have that mode in case you have a lot of debris in the pool and you just want to clean it up quickly. Maybe you're starting the pool season for the first time, starting it up, and you have more debris. You want to turn on that turbo mode and it cleans it up. It has more power to suck up that debris. However, when you use that turbo mode, keep in mind that it does use more battery power. So if you're trying to save battery power, you might not want to use that mode. Standard floor mode is just fine. Now let's talk about the debris basket system here. This is a very cool design, and the basket back here is this piece right here. You just pull it up like so, and this is the basket. This is a 4-liter 180 micron debris basket. This will capture your small, medium, and large size debris. Now, this is not an ultra fine filter, so unfortunately, if you have a lot of very fine debris in your pool, if you've got a lot of dust, sand, algae in the pool, cloudy, milky water in the pool, this filter isn't going to be able to pick that up. You need an ultra fine filter to do that. There is no ultrafine filter option for these cleaners here, so keep that in mind. No ultrafine filter option. I really do wish that they offered at least the option of using an ultrafine filter. Now, I do want to mention a few things about this cleaner that kind of annoys me. First off is this piece right here. This is the handle for you to grip onto, and you can grip onto it just fine, just like that. Great. But because of how cool the design is, the shape of this, when you're trying to fetch this out of the pool, you kind of can't see it. It's hidden in this kind of curve right here, and sometimes you might accidentally hit the basket as well and pull on the basket. So having it kind of close to each other like this, having the debris basket be as easy as just pulling it straight up, the kind of handle system on here could be designed better. But again, it takes away from its kind of cool sports car look here. Another thing I do want to mention is the fact that, remember I said you want to use the smart app. The smart app isn't the greatest. It's a very basic app. It kind of gets stuck sometimes, and I wish it was better in general, but that's all we have right now. In addition, when you're using that smart app, I do want to mention that, like most cleaners on the market, when you're trying to select a mode, you're trying to switch modes, you have to basically let the cleaner finish its cycle and take it out of the pool. Anytime the cleaner gets submerged under the water, the smart app doesn't work. It loses signal and you won't be able to control the cleaner while it's underneath the water. And that's the same for every cordless cleaner, not just this one in general. So keep that in mind. The Smart app, you can't use it when it's underneath the water. So now let's go ahead and take this iGarden, put it into the pool, and I'll show you how well it works. Okay guys, we're ready to put the iGarden cleaner into the pool. Now I'll place this down and show you this. When you turn this on to put it into the pool, whether you're turning it on from the little touch screen here or on the app, you'll notice that this blinks. When you select the mode, I have it right now on floor mode, and with the turbo suction on, it blinks. What you have to do to activate it, to turn it on, is actually push this button like that. Now it's activated. Now you can place it into the pool. You can do that, or you can go on the app and hit the start on the app. So make sure you do that, otherwise it won't turn on. But now it'll sink down, turn on, and start the cleaning mode. Now on this floor mode, I have turbo suction turned on, turbo mode. So it means that it's going to use twice as much power to pick up debris. So it works faster in general. I have a lot of debris at the bottom of the pool, but let's watch this as it cleans the bottom of the pool. Now it's heading right for all that debris right there. Remember, this is on turbo mode, so it uses double S suction. So take a look at how much of that debris it picks up. You can see it kind of sucking it up as it's turning, so that's great. It is quite impressive when it turns up the amount of power that it has in this mode. Now right over here, the iGarden is going over my main drain right there. You see that? Goes over it, doesn't get stuck on it, so that's a good thing. A lot of cleaners will get stuck on the main drain, but this one goes right over it. Right here is another main drain. You can see it go over the main drain right here, no issues. Now what you will see is that on the floor mode, it does move in an S-like pattern along the floor. You can see it kind of transition from that side to this side this way. So whenever it gets to a wall, it'll do that S-like pattern the other direction. So that's neat. Goes straight a little bit here, and then it stops, and then turns to the right, and then it stops, and then it goes forward, just like an S pattern here. Now right here, you can see all that debris in the corner here. So this is a really awkward spot. See how it handles this corner here? It's right on my ledge, but you can see it's adjusting pretty well. Still picking up that debris as well on that turbo mode, turbo suction, turning around. Look at all that debris right in front of her right there. So let's watch it pick up this debris. Look at that, it goes right over. I am pretty impressed with the turbo suction. Take a look underneath it. Look at that. A majority of that debris that I just went over, it picked it up. It's pretty impressive. Okay guys, so this is wall and waterline mode, and in this mode, it'll climb all the way up my walls. I have 5-foot tall walls right up here, very steep, and it goes all the way to the waterline here to scrub the waterline. You see that? 3, 4 passes there. It does 4 passes bobbing up and down 4 times when it scrubs the waterline. It'll go back down and then move along this wall here, so let's watch it. Now right here is an awkward kind of position, but picture this as a pull ladder. You see that? It hits my second robot in the pool there and goes back down. So it does kind of throw it off in this section right here, but that's because I have something extra in the pool. But you see it's kind of bouncing back up and trying to get back up to the water line, and it does make it, so that's good. Able to adjust. So if you picture a pull ladder here, same sort of concept here. Does 4 passes on the water line, goes back down, moves a little along the wall, climbs back up. So watch, when it goes down, what it'll do is it'll turn a little bit to its left side. Watch it. Sort of stops right here and then turns to the left. And then goes forward a little. Turns to the right and then climbs straight up the wall. Now, you can see it's going right for the second cleaner I have here again. It's going to hit it, Remember, if it was a ladder, it would do the same thing, but it's able to get past this to move along the wall. So let's keep watching this. Okay, now you can see that the iGarden has pretty much transitioned over from this piece here. If this was a ladder, it would get around it. So that's great. Able to kind of get around objects as it moves along the wall. Now, one thing I do want to mention is it does kind of skip a little section of the water line when it's cleaning it. It's not a big, huge section, but it does skip a section. So it's not completely right next to it as it moves along the wall. So keep that in mind. Okay, now if you take a look right there, now it's transitioning up this wall. It was from this side, now it's moving to the wall over here. Now I will say this corner right here, it did not clean. So it does miss a corner. A lot of cleaners will miss the corners in general when transitioning from one wall to the next, and that's just because of how sharp the turn really is. But it does transition from one wall to the next pretty well. Now it'll move straight along this wall onto my ledge. Okay, guys, so let's watch this. You see that? It goes over my first step. Here's my second step over here. Doesn't quite make it, or does it, onto my tanning ledge here. It's kind of at a very awkward position where it's on the corner of a step. But let's watch it here. Should be able to get around, get off of it at least. And here, took a couple of minutes, but it finally got itself off of the steps here. So in particular, if you got some really steep, sharp steps, the iGarden doesn't do that well on them. So keep that in mind. It was able to get itself off, so it didn't get stay stuck there forever, but it does get caught up for a little while. I'm just happy that it was able to get itself off. Now it's actually climbing up my Baja shelf, my tan ledge. This angle right here is a very steep slope, goes straight up for about 4 feet, and now it'll go over onto my ledge right here. And now it's pretty much on top of my tanning ledge over here, so that's great. Able to get up to my Baja shelf tanning ledge over here. And this amount of water that's on this ledge is about 14 inches, so it's able to climb up these more shallow areas of the pool. Now, the iGarden's on my tanning ledge right now, which is great. It's able to reach this area up here, but it pretty much skipped that entire area back here. I have a pretty big ledge right here, and that's normal because it got caught up on the steps leading up to it. So it doesn't have targeted ledge cleaning, but it's able to climb up ledges in general. It just doesn't target them, and I don't expect this sort of cleaner to have that. All right, guys, so I'm going to take this out of the pool over here, let it drain out. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the debris basket right here. I'll open this up. And let's look at all this debris here. It's pretty filled up there. Different sizes of debris, which is great. Inside, you can see the smaller debris inside. So that's neat. Ton of different types of debris. So you guys can see how the iGarden pool cleaner works in my pool back here. If you're in the market for a robotic pool cleaner, you're looking for a kind of premium value type of cleaner, this one might be a good choice. I was not expecting too much from this brand here, but it feels like a very nice, solid robot. It obviously looks like a very cool robot, but it also performs pretty well for the price. Where iGarden truly shines is the fact that it has some of the biggest battery runtimes on the market right now. So if you're interested in a cordless cleaner that can run longer, take a look at this cleaner, take a look at the other cleaners that they offer. But also keep in mind that iGarden is a fairly new company. We have no idea how long they will literally last. But as of right now, this cleaner here does pretty well in the pool, and it's definitely a robotic pool cleaner here I recommend.
We hope this review helps.